Today we're going to be creating some fun and cute home decor that is Valentine themed using Dress It Up Button Embellishments Valentine collection. We're going to be using 1 package of Heartbreaker and 2 packages of red hearts, as well as some other inexpensive items. So let's get started. We will be creating a heart picture frame using an inexpensive picture frame that I have picked up at the dollar store. This is a 3x5 picture frame, but you could use any size frame that you wanted. You want to open the back of your picture frame and remove the backing, as well as any of the paper inserts that are in the frame and the glass, and sit these to the side. Using cardstock or some heavy linen paper, you want to cut an insert that will fit into your frame that is the same size as the glass that you removed. So for instance, my frame being a 3x5, I have cut a 3x5 piece of cardstock. Using a second piece of cardstock, I have cut out a heart that is going to be the correct size to fit into the center of my 3x5 piece of cardstock. I'm going to use this outer edge as my template. I'm going to lay this down onto my cardstock, and then I'm going to use a pencil to trace the outer edge of the heart as my guide. You want to keep your pencil marks nice and light as you trace around your heart. We're going to cover up the pencil marks with our buttons, but just in case there are any marks that show through, you want to keep those nice and light so that they don't distract from the design. And you may want to go back at the end with an eraser and erase any other leftover visible pencil marks. Now that we have our heart, we're ready to add our Dress It Up button embellishment red hearts to our heart. We're going to open 2 packages of the red hearts and line these up on the outer edge of your heart. We're not using any glue at this point. We're simply laying our buttons onto our heart shape, getting the outline of the heart, and just double checking the spacing between our buttons and kind of getting an idea of where all of our hearts are going to fit on our piece of paper. Then we're going to go in with some craft glue and a few buttons at a time glue these down, taking your time, going really, really slow, and working in small sections to glue down all of your buttons into your heart shape. Once you have glued down your base layer of all of your little red heart buttons, you may notice that there is some uneven spacing between your buttons, and that's totally okay. We're going to use some of the Heartbreaker buttons. These are hearts in different sizes. We're going to use some of these buttons, and we're actually going to glue these on top of the base button layer that we already have to help not only add dimension to our button project, but to also cover up any of the clumps of glue or uneven spacing that might be bothersome to you. So take advantage of the larger buttons and glue these on top as an additional layer to the buttons that you have already placed on your cardstock. Once your glue has dried, you may want to clean up any of the excess glue. If there's any stringing that is left behind, if you used hot glue to place your larger buttons on the top. And you also may want to go back around the edge, and anywhere that you see any of your pencil marks, if you can erase those very lightly with an eraser, that will also clean up the edges of your picture. Now, once the glue has dried, you want to bring in your photo frame, and we're using this without the glass. You just want to simply drop your newly created picture into the frame, add the frame backing, and flip this over to the front, and you have a beautiful and really cute and fun Valentine's decor item that you can put out for the entire Valentine season to show off your Dress It Up button embellishments for Valentine's Day.